barely 24 hours after the ultimatum given by the Progressive Youth Movement, the governors met on Sunday, and on Monday, they met with President Muhammadu Buhari. As a result of their decision for February, both group are mentioning February for convention of APC. The movement had a meeting, and let's listen to what they have to say.
Well, for us, we are grateful that they took the initiative to go and see the president regarding this issue, which is, disturbing the entire party. Unfortunately, we are not convinced that they gave Mr. President the true reflection of the situation that's going on in the country currently. We've had a lot of media engagements, especially on radio, and the reason why we've emphasized radio is to connect with the Nigerian people and understand their pains. Nigerians are not happy, and it goes way beyond. Nigerians do not trust that these governors have the best interests of the people at heart. Several issues that have been raised, for example, is issues regarding direct or indirect primaries. People are not satisfied, and for that reason, the Progressive Youth Movement have decided that until the group meets Mr. President and delivers the message from the Nigerian people, delivers the message from the young stakeholders within the party, we will continue as planned, and nothing changes from our demands that we stated on Saturday. Thank you very much.
Where do you intend to meet the president?
We are making moves to meet him as soon as possible.
Are you sure the other group, the governors and the other party members are not after your group?
Well, as Nigerians, I believe we have a right to express ourselves. We have a right to defend our country. We have a right to defend our people. We have a right to defend our generation. We have a right to defend all stakeholders. So no, we are not afraid of anybody. We believe we are just simply exercising our rights as citizens, as truly patriotic Nigerians, and we look up to God for all the protection that we need. So we're not afraid, we're not shaken. We will continue to go. We are loyal party members. We wish the APC the best. We wish Nigerians the best. We're truly patriotic. We want to do what is in the best interest of our democracy as a country. We want to do what is in the best interest of all Nigerians, and we want to do what will promote peace and unity within the APC, among the young stakeholders, and ultimately in Nigeria as a whole.
Toyin Sokrari, member of the Progressive Youth Movement.
Looking at what is going on at the moment, are you sure that President Muhammadu Buhari is going to listen to your group?
First of all, the Progressive Youth Movement in the past 7 months, we have been, within the party structure, we have been going out to, register people. We have our numbers in the 704 local governments. In fact, in our last count, we have over 8.7 million people registered under us. 9.2 million people registered under us. And, it's time we're just unleashing ourselves. We're a group, we're a force. Because we knew that, some of our leaders, especially the governors, have not, put the interest of the party and the interest of the country, at the front burner of what they're doing. So we knew this from day one. So this is just playing into our hands, basically. And we're saying that we're demanding. You don't throw 9.2 million people away. We are loyal political party members, and we're here to actually deliver on the mandate of the party. And we do not want that mandate of the party translate into the mandate of the people. The people trust us. They believe in us. They see us as young people. They see us as stakeholders. And if those young people see us as stakeholders, then we must represent them. And represent them we must. So we've put our house together, and we've said, look, we're moving on with what we want to do, and we're going to do it with or without them. And at the end of the day, Nigerians, the young Nigerians who make 70% of the population of this country, will be happy that young people for once have come together to ensure that we take back our country. That's what we want to do. So we're not perturbed. In terms of numbers, we have the numbers. In terms of people, we have the people. We're ready to match them by numbers, by money, by influence. We're matching them fire for fire. We're ready. They said young people are not ready. Now we are ready. So we'll see what will happen.
The question I would love to find out from you, who is bankrolling your movement?
All of us. It's a collective process. Every member of the Progressive Youth Movement have seen themselves as stakeholders. So we are all bankrolling ourselves. And that's what we're doing. People have called us, governors have called, different senators and we told them, keep your money, we're not interested. We're not here for that. We're here for the soul of our nation. And the only the only vehicle we're going to use to rescue Nigeria is the APC, and we're not going anywhere. We're here. We're going to fight them to a standstill until they think of Nigeria and the party. The president has done a lot. Why do we want to rubbish his legacy? Just because of selfish interest and self-centered purposes. We can't do that. We will not allow it. So the PYM have decided that we are going to unleash ourselves so that they will know the true strength of who we are.
Your name again?
Toyin Sukrari.
I'm Dr. Hassan Sadiq.
From look of things, what do you think is taken from the actions from the governor and from your side?
Okay, thank you for that. You see, what the PYM is doing today is for the interest of the nations and the interest of the APC. First of all, it is soldier to soldier within the youth and the APC. It is good that the governors has met Mr. President, but I don't agree they have what it takes to conduct that conventions they are talking about. Simply because when they were inaugurated, 3 months, 6 months, all went down the drain. And other party are in first track organizing themselves. If APC at this time could not be able to do anything, and we are now saying February, we don't agree to that. The only way is Mr. President to come and say, okay, I've heard from them, now hear from me. Then at that time, we can now say, okay, we'll now solve better and wait till that time. But apart from that, there's no way. We already made our declaration in Kaduna and we are moving ahead. And there's nothing can stop us. That is why I said it is shoulder to shoulder, one on one.
But if Mr. President asks you to change your mind, are you ready to change?
Yes, if Mr. President is able to sit us down one on one, we see Mr. President and he said, look, on the basis on this, because as a president, your word is a law. Then we can now look at it and sit down with the president. But apart from that, no other any party member or who can call us, because we are all stakeholders. That is why I said the actions of PYM today is for the interest of the nations and the interest of the party. In fact, let me tell you, most of the politicians who are in APC, the governor today, I will bet you their political history is in line of failure, because Nigeria are looking at them, the youth are looking at them. If you said you are a leader and nobody behind you, who are you leading? This is where they should know. Because they say they are leading and there's nobody behind them. And if you don't have the support of the youth make up 64-something% of Nigerian populations. The the voting capacity is on the youth. And those youth are not behind you. Who are you leading? That is why I said if you say you are a leader and there's nobody behind you, you are not a leader. Because you are not leading anyone. Dr. Hassan Sadiq, a stakeholder and a frontier of PYM and in the party APC.
My name is Barrister Nonso Henry Nwebili, an Igbo man from Anambra State, a strong member of PYM, Progressive Youth Movement. I'm a member of the APC.
What are your people saying?
It's very, very clear from our position in Kaduna. We made it very clear that in February, we will be carrying out our convention. And now the governors have gone to claim that they have seen it's a claim. To me, I don't know if they saw the president or not. All I want is the president to call us, the youth, and tell us what the position of things are so that we can rub minds together. There's a clear disconnection between the people and the presidency and the government. So what we want to do is to make sure that the party gets it right this time. APC is the platform and we must get it right now. And the youth control the highest population of Nigeria. And therefore, we as stakeholders of APC, we must stand and ensure that this time we get it right for all Nigerians, for the benefit of every Nigerian. That is the idea.
After 24 hours, you seem to scare the leadership of APC. Are you sure you scare them?
No, for us, our intention is not to scare them. It's to put the things in right perspective. You see, from the fallout of our meeting we just had, we are determined. You understand? Nothing is stopping us. Nigeria needs good governance. Nigeria needs to know the truth. The youths are the largest population of this country, and they are not really represented. This is our responsibility, and that is why we are here. Today, we are not going back. We are going to. The only thing stopping us is to sit down with the president and dialogue with him, and then let him know the pain of the Nigerians, 50 million people. Let me tell you what just happened. We had this press conference in Kaduna, and the Afenifere group came out supporting what we did. And they said it, more than 50 million Nigerians, youthful population are really, really angry, and they are in support of what we are doing. We are not doing it for our personal interest. We are not doing it for, if we're doing it for our personal interest, all the governors, the presidential candidates that had met us came with different offers. What did we do? We told them no, this time around is for Nigerians, and it's for Nigerians. We are not going back, and it's for the youth. You understand? So you see, representing close to 9.2 million people is no joke. We've started this movement for a very long time, all over the Nigerian 774 local governments. You think we're here to joke? Why not? It's just the right thing. The right thing must be done, and this is what the PYM stands to achieve. Dr. Abdul A. Ibrahim.
You seem to be vocal in many aspects. Are you sure you are doing this for masses, or for the youth, or for the nation, or for yourself?
Good evening. First of all, my name is Prince Mustafa Audu, and anyone who knows me knows that I'm a strong advocate for young people. Any Nigerian knows that Nigeria is not doing as well as it should right now, and any APC member knows that there are issues. Therefore, the Progressive Youth Movement is here to represent young people, their interest, their stake in the party and in the country. We love the APC. This is the only party we know. This is the only party we care for. But there are issues. The issues stem from the governors. The governors have performed badly, especially the PC. They have not performed their functions in the 6 months that Mr. President set them to. They had over 18 months, and yet they failed to deliver. Therefore, as youths, we came together on the premise of Mr. President setting us to do the right thing. So we've disbanded the CCPC. We no longer believe that they can carry out the task that was assigned to them. As young people, we've decided to carry out our own convention. We will be carrying our convention out in February. We know the governors heard us say that we're doing our convention in February, and in an attempt to neutralize us as young people, they decided to set that date. But we know them, closer to that date, they will postpone it once again. Therefore, we're going to go ahead with our convention, and it's simple. We need to sit down with Mr. President. We need to explain to him what is going on. There are problems in the party, and there are problems in the country, and most people are unable to communicate these problems to the president. Going ahead with the convention planned by this CCPC will surely lead to disaster. You can see that of the congresses conducted, they've produced about over 90 chairmen. So it's clear that they don't have the capacity to do this. So we are doing this for young people. We are doing this to have a seat at the table. Mr. President promised us earlier in the year that he will be infusing more young people into the party and into the governance. And we're here to make sure that we have more young ministers. All the junior ministers in the APC and in the government should be for people under the age of 45. All positions in the party, deputy zonal chairman, any deputy position in the party should go to people under the age of 45. Likewise, we want position of auditor, we want position of organizing secretary, treasurer. We want the big positions in the party, and we're not going to back down till we have this. So you can see that we're doing this for young people, because it's not possible for one person to occupy all the positions. There are 27 positions in the APC NWC. We are giving up 15 to them, and we as young people, we are willing to take 12, 2 per geopolitical zone. That's our plan as young people. And until we get this, we will not back down. And we know that only Mr. President can give this to us, because Mr. President is the only one we trust. He's the only one who we know has the best interest of the youth at heart. And to buttress this, the moment Mr. President signed the Not Too Young to Run bill, the governors met up with the previous chairman and increased the price for tickets. Presidential ticket went from 5 million to 50 million. Governorship ticket went from 2.5 million to 22.5 million. Senate went up all the way. Likewise, House of Representatives, and every other ticket that they found that young people to aspire for. This is very simple. The reason was exclusion. We know this. We've wisened up. The new register is out. There are over 40 million members, and out of the 40 million new APC members, 35 million are below the age of 50. It is clear we have the numbers. We only have 22 governors versus 35 million people. Do the math. You'll see who wins. Thank you.
So you want the president to meet with you? What steps have you taken?
A lot of people have called us for dialogue, but we have insisted that we're going to see Mr. President. We're working on it. Mr. President in January set us on this path. We had a meeting with him at the presidential villa, and he told us one thing: if we want things to be different, we have to begin to do things differently. This is us heeding to his call. This is us believing Mr. President. And we know that only Mr. President understands our pain, because he is the only one who is truly patriotic. Nigerians, all Nigerians voted for the APC, not because of the APC, because of Mr. President. That is why I insist that there are only two people that can solve the problem of Nigeria: Mr. President and the youth. We as the youth, we've come together. Now we're ready to sit down with Mr. President and forge a way forward for young people and the elders that have the stability of experience and leadership. That's who we need. Patriots, young patriots and older patriots working together to deliver a better Nigeria.
So if Mr. President is able to meet with you within short time, are you likely to change your mind on your decision?
Oh, most definitely. We believe the president. We do not believe the governors. We do not believe the governors who carry out the convention in February. That we believe is a fallacy, is a lie, another story meant to keep us down. We will not believe. The only trustworthy person, the only person I trust empirically in the APC is Mr. President. He's the only one who has given me his word and has never let us down. He's the only one who has taken steps to ensure that young people are an integral part of the country. But he cannot do this himself. We must do this ourselves. We must get up as young people, encourage each other, and take over power from these 22 people that are not doing such a great job in the APC.